Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 in our Finding Your Voice preparation for college writing. I had such a fun time with you guys last week. It was so great getting to know you a little bit. I can't wait to get to know you a little bit more this week, and I hope we have just as good of a week as we had last week. So let's get started and see what is in store for us in week 2. Remember that the very first thing that you do every week is you print your course schedule. And if you don't have a printer, then just make sure that it's downloaded and that it's on your desktop so you can use it. I do really think that it's the best thing to do to have it printed because it's kind of like a map for the whole week, and you have like that paper and you can write on it and, make notes and put stars and check off and cross out, and it just makes it a little bit more of a living, breathing document. But if you can't do that, it will be just fine. You can do it right in your desktop as well. Last week we talked about Don Murray, and I explained, we had that one quote in our second class about how writing is easy when you do it every day, and that habit of practicing craft makes writing easy. And so Don Murray also has a quote on this slide saying, "Never a day without a line." And that is kind of going to be a major part of the foundations for this class, is to just write a little bit every day, practicing craft, and just loosening up that writing muscle so you can start feeling really comfortable writing. Because I know that sometimes you sit down and you have the blank page and you're just like, I have to write now, and it's a big stressful thing. And if you write every day all the time, number one, it gets easier and you get more fluent in it. That stamina is built. And number two, you start looking at the world in a different way, because maybe you see something that happens. Maybe you're on a walk and you see something, or maybe you're talking to your mom on the phone and the conversation goes in a certain way, or maybe you see something on the news and you'll start thinking like that is something I could write about. And so hopefully this discussion board, which is going to be in our writer's notebook discussion, which means that it's just between you and me, hopefully this is a place where you can really hone in and become a writer for yourself. And yep, I'm going to have some prompts and stuff for you, so I'm going to be dictating a little bit, but my hope is that this will help you tap into the writer within you, and you live your life in a more writerly way. All right, so let's look at the week. And this is Monday. And on Monday, there is no class because it is Martin Luther King Day. So there are no classes at Normandale at all. And so we will begin our week on Tuesday. And remember, that's when we're going to start every day without a line. So here are your writer's notebook prompts for the week. There are 4 prompts here. One of them, always, every week, will be your choice. You can write whatever genre, whatever way you want. Last semester I had somebody who decided they were going to write a chapter of their book every week, and I had another person who did a perspective thing, that she looked at something different every week, like the same thing, and she looked at it in a different vein. And she did that for a little bit. I have had people who write poetry. I've had people who do like really detailed descriptions. I've had people who rant about something because they just want to write about it because it's like a passion, or they're mad about something. Just remember that I'm reading it and I am your teacher, so don't tell me things that might be really personal. Like, you don't have to do that because I will be reading it. That maybe you'll just write in your writer's notebook for your own eyes. But this can be whatever you want. The other ones can be written in any order you want, whatever you feel like doing that day. I don't have like a Monday prompt and a Tuesday prompt and a Thursday prompt, right? You get to choose whichever one you want to do. So if you're just like tired and you just want to do the choice one on Tuesday, that is fine with me. The only thing for this week that I would request is we are going to start a little thing in class. And so this prompt right here, the who are they prompt, just make sure that you go to class first, because then you're going to finish that little experience in your writer's notebook after class. So just save that till after class. And like I said, we don't have class on Monday, so there will just be one class this week for our classes. I will meet on Tuesday with my Tuesday-Thursday class, and I will meet on Wednesday with my Monday-Wednesday class, and there will just be one class this week for everybody. So whatever class you are, then you can do this on Tuesday or Wednesday, but just wait until after class. And you don't have to do any pre-work on that at all. I will introduce it in class, and then you will know what to do in your notebook after class. The one other one that I wanted to talk about for this week is our mentor text. I have a mentor text here, so you can practice doing the mentor text, just like we did with the city and where I'm from. Last week, we are going to use this poem by William Carlos Williams, The Red Wheelbarrow, as a mentor text. And so I want you to think about the structure of this poem and how you can borrow that structure to write your own original poem that matches it. So I'm going to read the poem to you, and I want you to pay particular attention to the number of words on each line and how I read it, because that white space dictates how I read it. And I want you to hear the rhythm of the poem as I read it. And you can, I don't expect anybody to write about a red wheelbarrow or chickens or rain on this. You get to choose whatever topic you want, but I do want you to worry about the form and the structure of this. So whatever you write about, I want you to mimic the structure. Use it as a mentor text that way. Okay? So, The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rain water, beside the white chickens. I'm going to read it again. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rain water, beside the white chickens. Do you hear the rhythm? So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rain water, beside the white chickens. So your job is going to be to mimic that structure and write your own original poem on any topic you want. I'm really, really excited to see what you can come up with there. All right, let's see what we're going to do on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you're going to have two focuses. The first focus is going to be about the writing process. There is a little section in the writer's practice in your book about the writing process. There's also a blog post about the writing process that you are going to read. And then after you read both of those things, you are going to be writing a reflection paper. And there's a blog post about that too. So you're going to read 2 blog posts and a few pages of the writer's practice for Tuesday, and then you're going to write a reflection paper about the writing process. I want you to make sure to include personal experience about your writing in the writing process. What is your writing process? And I want you to be really thoughtful in your reflection paper, okay? The Writing a Reflection Paper blog has one really, I think that the embedded videos, all of them are really important, or I wouldn't have embedded them. But the very first one is really instructive on how to write reflectively. So I really encourage you to watch that video. I don't know, it's like 5 minutes or something. So you understand what reflective writing is before you write your reflection paper on the writing process. So that's what you're going to do on Tuesday, along with Never a Day Without a Line. So you are going to choose whatever prompt you want, and you're going to do that on our Writer's Notebook discussion board. And I should note that on the Writer's Notebook discussion board and any discussion board, many of you wrote in your writer's notebooks just by hand, like with pencil or pen, and you posted pictures in the Where I'm From poem for your pre-writing, and that's fine, but it's really difficult for me to read. My eyes are not great, and so it was really difficult for me to read. So just keep in mind that anything that goes on the discussion board should really be typed in that text box. That makes it easier for me to read, and then I can help you more because I'm not struggling, and sometimes I couldn't read certain things, and so make sure to type those entries. All right, so that is Tuesday, the writing process. Let's go to Wednesday. In Wednesday, you're going to be talking about reading like a writer. There's another couple pages in the writer's practice in your textbook about that. We are going to be, on Wednesday, it will be at my one class will meet. So both of you have met, both classes would have met on Wednesday. So that's when the Who Are They prompt for your writer's notebook can be done. There's also going to be a voice thread, and I just want to remind you that the voice thread tutorials and how to do that are in the week 1 getting started. Make sure that you have clicked on the VoiceThread homepage that registers you, and also make sure that if I ask you to comment, that you are commenting, because in order for you to receive credit for a VoiceThread, you need to comment when I ask you to comment. This is an interactive project. It's not just something that you watch. It is interactive, so I'm expecting those comments when I ask for them, and that is how you get credit. Okay, so that is Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you are going to be doing another reflection paper, and this reflection paper will be in 2 parts. The first part will be kind of a response to the writing and how you liked it and what you feel about it and what part you connected to. And then part 2 is going to be your reading like a writer. And this essay called By Way of Preface by Charles D'Ambrosio, he writes about writing in this essay, and he writes about how he writes essays. And so he's going to be talking about some markers of genre for creative nonfiction essays. And I would like you to take note of those. You might want to take notes in your writer's notebook. You are not going to turn these notes in. If you print this, you can just annotate right on the essay. But I want you to make sure to note the markers of genre, because in your reflection paper, the second part is going to be talking about how he wrote this essay. And just like when we talked about the cities and how Catherine P. used ing words, did like a descriptive sentence and then used ing words to describe it even further, and then she used dialogue at the end, and she had 4 lines and 4 stanzas. All of that is structure. And I want you to start thinking about, how does Charles D'Ambrosio talk about how you write creative nonfiction essays? So you're going to be pulling apart his writing. What works? What is he doing to write this really well-written essay? All right, so that's what you're going to be doing on Thursday. And then on Friday, it's just your Never a Day Without a Line. It's the last one, and that's the only thing you have to do that day. So that is our week for this week. If you have questions, don't hesitate to email me. You can do that, and we can meet on Zoom if you need to. If I need to help you with anything, that is what I'm here for. I'm very excited to start this week with you again. Have a good one.